For BamaCentral.com, I'm Joey Blackwell here with Katie Windham, and this is Just a Minute. Well, as all Alabama fans know, the 2022 season is in the books for football, and the 2023 spring season is just around the corner. But there are a lot of gaps in Alabama's roster that need to be filled. Chiefly, obviously, people think of Bryce Young at quarterback and his departure, but what we're going to be talking about today is Will Anderson Jr. at outside linebacker. Katie, Alabama has a lot of options. They also have a couple of key returners coming back. They have a JUCO transfer, but who do you think would be the best at possibly picking up the slack and picking up right where Will Anderson left off as he heads off to the NFL?
Yeah, you mentioned, Bryce Young leaving, and that's going to be the biggest storyline all spring.
Yeah.
We'll have tons of content coming from BamaCentral on the quarterback battle. But the encouraging thing for Alabama fans is, you have two pretty solid options outside linebacker that you had that played alongside Will the last couple of years in Dallas Turner and Chris Braswell. Both guys, Dallas Turner's had a little bit more success than Braswell, but both are experienced the position and super talented and athletic. But then one guy I'm going to kind of keep my eye on throughout this spring, using that term loosely since I'm sure we won't be allowed to practice, but maybe by A-Day, is now sophomore Jeremiah Alexander. He was one of the top he was the top signee in last year's class, but did not get a ton of playing time as a freshman, but is obviously very talented and skilled and could be someone that now that Will Anderson is gone could step up kind of in that position. But like I said, this position, even though you are losing, one of the best players in Alabama history, you do have some experience and talent behind him in Dallas Turner and Chris Braswell, and then lots of young guys that can step up. And like you mentioned, a JUCO transfer as well.
Yeah, I might have my eyes on a couple of guys. I think Deontay Lawson brings back a lot of talent as well with him. I could definitely see him stepping up. But the guy you just mentioned, Justin Jefferson, the #1 JUCO linebacker in the country, spent a couple of years at Pearl River Community College and is now with the Crimson Tide. If he's able to, what's the word I want to use here? If he's able to adapt and to pick up the Alabama system and fit in and mesh really well early on, I could definitely see him making an impact. It just depends on how quickly he can pick up the defense. You don't want another situation like last year when Eli Ricks came and really wasn't a factor until halfway, 3/4 way through the season. That's when we really started to see him pick up more than just a couple of minutes of playing time a game. So I really like what I've seen, what the potential that is in Justin Jefferson. I think he could be an impact. But there's still a lot of question marks. Spring football is just around the corner, like I said, and we'll definitely have hopefully some answers by A-Day. For BamaCentral.com, I'm Joey Blackwell with Katie Windham. This has been Just a Minute. Thank you so much for watching.